Yeah, because got a few people who have mentioned this Haley Reinhart thing, but I have not really seen anything from her or know anything from her. So let's go ahead and check out this Beatles cover.
Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, we'll greet the brand new day. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence.
Okay. Sorry. But first thing on my brain, I hate the way that they filmed this sit down, to be honest with you. The homegirl with her feet sticking up is like bothering the hell out of me. I feel like it's a distraction from the video to me. But overall, they sound so good. Like the gentleman, I think his name's Joe. And Joe, if that's not your name, my friend, I'm so sorry. I can picture your face in my mind, but I don't want to say your name's Joe. When you mentioned about how this was like so much better than the original, that you weren't a fan of the original song, but this cover was one of your favorite covers, like of all time kind of thing. That's what really intrigued me, I think, in the first place, was the fact that you said it was like one of your favorite covers, like pretty much of all time. So I was like, okay, well, let's check it out. And when they first started, I was like, this feet thing's bothering me. And I'm like, they sound good. All right, whatever. But then, like, when they started duetting, I was like, oh my God. Did they just, like, take it to the next level? And I was like, this is beautiful. This is magnificent. This sounds like a whole new song. This sounds like, it doesn't even sound like the Beatles wrote it. Like, something like they wrote it. And that's what a great cover does, is where, like, you know, you just forgot about the original artist for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, you forgot how the original one even sounded because this one gave you something different. And like I said, their harmony on the duet is something spectacular.
Open up your eyes. Oh, dear. See the sunny sky. Wind is low, the birds will sing that you are part of everything, dear Prudence. Won't you open up your eyes? Look around, 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 around. Look around, 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 around. Look around, 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 dear Prudence, let me see you smile. Oh, dear Prudence, like a little child. House will be a daisy chain, so let me see you smile again, dear Prudence. Oh, to let me see you smile. Dear Prudence, oh, when you come out to play. Dear
that was actually I thought was really really well done. I was kind of checking the chat a little bit of what you guys were saying about it, and I would say that I probably didn't think I took away the same experience that you guys got. I think Maul was saying that it wasn't working in both ears for somebody. For me, the sound sounded fine. And somebody also mentioned about how they don't like the echo in the room. And honestly, I think that was one of the things I thought about mentioning. And I will say now that I'm like, that's one of the things that I liked the most about this was the fact that you get to hear the acoustic echo in this room, and the way that their voices kind of carry off of it. I can see how some would say that it takes away from it, but for me, I feel like it adds an energy that I do like, if that makes sense for this specifically. You know what I mean? If I was at a show and I got paid to see money and watch them perform this, I wouldn't have wanted to hear it this way. But from what it looks like, it sounds like, you know, hanging around, let's record a song together that we both know we maybe tried a couple of times, and let's put it together. And for what that was, this sounds really really good. Like I said, it doesn't seem like this was some big orchestrated shoot that way. It could have been, but you know, for what this was, I actually really enjoyed this a lot actually. The original song, never really hated it, never really had anything against it. I had my best friend actually asked me the other day, like, what the deal is with the Beatles? You know, what's the deal with the Beatles? And then, or what my opinion was. I was like, you know, for me with the Beatles, it's, you have to recognize that they were like groundbreakers. Like, you know, they were the start of something. Whether or not you like or love the Beatles, they kind of were the start of something. And they're revolutionary for a reason that way. And I think that when you write a cajillion songs, you're going to have some good ones in there. Not everyone's going to be the greatest song ever written. I'm not a fool to say that, like, you know, every song that Kurt Cobain wrote was like the best song ever, even though he didn't write, you know, that many, especially compared to the Beatles. But I'm not one of those people that think that every song that an artist I love is the best one that ever happened. So, but you know, I'm getting there on some of those artists. Like, I could feel like that way about Freeze the Fall. You know, I'm definitely overprotective of them now. Definitely mad overprotective of them.